It's April 1st, and can't even ride my bike over to Walmart. Or the dollar store. Do I have enough money for the dollar store? I don't know. Because I am so broke, I can't even afford garbage bags as of right now. Oh man, YouTube. I like to make videos sometimes. I had other projects to do, but yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't pay the bills. I can't afford to go out, even for a simple sandwich or coffee. Most days I'm stuck in here. I got an empty stomach. I got bills and I got stuff on my mind right now. I just wanted to share. In a few minutes, I'm actually going to go out into the snow in Canada and see if I can go get something to eat. It's the 1st of April, but I'm worried about things like bills, and I just had to take a big step back from YouTube, and I'm sorry, if I'm not going to be able to please everyone, because at the end of the day, I'm just myself, and I don't even know what that means anymore. I've been down this YouTube rabbit hole for so long. I wish I had my old content back. People are not going to believe me, but I used to have another channel. I mean, it would have been nice to be able to keep the footage so that I can move on to the next stage, but all I'm thinking about right now is trying to get my work back, trying to recover that, and also maybe get some little things, like garbage bags so that I can clean up this place. I would try and maybe start selling a few things I don't want anymore, naturally, because when you get older, when you mature, you grow out of certain things, and I kind of half expected at this stage to at least have had a part-time job or, I don't know, some kind of vehicle, some kind of car. The only thing that I have on wheels right now, it's in the kitchen right now. Maybe I'll show you later in another video, but not yet. I mean, it is good to have an e-bike that doesn't run on gasoline, which is good. But, growing up in the 2000s, I thought that life would be very different. I give thanks to God, for blessing me with little things. Thank God I'm not sick with cancer like my dad. He believed in me. He saw that I could do anything I put my mind to. And it pains me to think about it because, he wasn't far from the truth. But, I put my heart and soul into making videos for people, and I don't really receive any love and attention back. No girlfriend, no wife. I honestly thought the Christian community by this time would have helped me out in that department. Yeah, I might have to make another video if I keep talking about this confession about, yes, I believe in Jesus, but the Christian community, where is it? I wonder. I mean, I don't expect people to be perfect all the time, but I know they have their problems now with this economy, with the uncertainty of World War III. Yeah, okay. Personally, I have my own thoughts about that. I mean, I can't focus all the time on what's happening out there in the world because that'll just drive me crazy. 6 years ago, I've already been through something with COVID and losing friends. Maybe this year I might be losing my grandmother, maybe my dad. I don't know. I don't want to think about it because I haven't spoken with him in some time. It's personal. I actually stood up for the Christian community, but I think, though, I should have really stood up for myself and really done more with what I had. Like, I wouldn't know where to go, honestly, if I wanted to improve my life, trying to find work. I was over at a soup kitchen a few months back, begging them, please, if you can help me out. I started coming there like maybe twice a week. I didn't really fit in there. There was a lot of people there that had major problems. Obviously, I don't do that stuff, like the drinking, the dope, and whatever God else they do. They try to numb themselves, their pain. This city has problems. I knew right from the get-go when I moved here that something wasn't quite right. Having toxic neighbors and people I couldn't count on, if I really needed them for support. So it's like, I don't know why I moved here to the city. I told myself the grass is not always greener on the other side, because when I looked at social media, people complain everywhere. They're vlogging in their cars, and I say to them, hey, at least you got a car, people, they like you. You got a lot going on for you, you got followers who tune in to listen to what you have to say, but when it comes to me, I don't really feel the love, man. I don't know why. I just wanted to find a few, not 2,000 followers, just a few creators that were some real people that I can actually relate to and jam with. I got a MIDI keyboard out there that's collecting dust. I would have loved to have started to make music, but who can I turn to for that stuff? Everybody's gonna say, "Well, I don't know, bye. It's old. You should upgrade." I don't want to upgrade. I don't have that kind of money to upgrade every few months. Do you think if I could, do you think I would be here right now? Some people, they got tons of money and they got everything and they're still not happy. But I wanted to do different projects. I want to get in on making music, maybe do animation and all that fun stuff. I actually wanted to build a special group, for artists. It almost worked, but these people that I've spoken to, they are struggling with addictions like alcoholism, and honestly, they're just not that good at what they do. So, I mean, coming from film school, I wanted to continue on doing those things. YouTube is, I can't keep up with the Joneses on YouTube. There's so much out there that, I don't have an issue with it, but I mean, I want to at least grow, in my own profession. I would have been satisfied, making a few films and move on to the next thing. I mean, I probably did make a ton of documentaries, but I'm not going to say I miss it that much, As for me, the tank is on empty. I feel like emotionally, spiritually, physically drained. My bank account is, I mean, I bought this in December, the glass mug, right? $7. It had Nutella filled with it. So I use this all the time. That's the kind of things I do. I have to be thrifty now. I have to be living below my means because I'm not working. And some people, they're lucky they got a job. Up here in Canada, it's crazy. I don't want to get into it right now. But if I could, I would work like every day of the week, if given a chance. I mean, I could go up with a resume today and pass it along to a few places, but they're not going to hire me. They're going to be looking for people who are younger and probably a student. The city has really got a problem with lack of jobs, and yeah, I mean, like I was saying, I want to move ahead in life. I don't think anyone really fully understands. If they do, it's like, well, too bad for you, man. We got ours, F you. This is why I look to the Christian community. I bothered some people, and I only did that because I knew that I wasn't anywhere near close to where I should be in life. It's driven me nuts because, having to do all this work and still not get anywhere in life. I mean, I ask God why. I don't really have any answer. Some days I don't even have questions. I wonder, like, what is my reason for being here? I tell myself in other videos, yeah, you've outgrown this place. It is time to move on. Well, where? Where do I go? Like, God has been nagging in the back of my head, you need to move, you need to go places. And I'm like, well, I wish I could, but I mean, the economy is terrible. Whatever little things I have to scrimp and save to get it. I'm not rich. I had to buy a new hoodie from Temu. It's not that expensive. But yeah, Temu items it's not the best, guys. Just save your money. You want to get the good stuff. You want to get things that are going to last you a long time. Things that look good in the moment, like clothes. In the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter. When you need to get the tools, you need to get food, you need to pay the basics. And if you don't feel like you belong there, you won't have any clutter to relocate. You want to be, yeah, I think minimalism is probably the way to go. One of the things, my pride and joy, my computer, which is over there behind me, has been out of order for years, and I don't really know anyone who can really fix it, except for maybe, maybe Best Buy. Like, I'd have to rent a cab and take it over, and then pay $200 to $300 to see if I can get it fixed. And even then, I don't know. There's no guarantee. I want to do things like hook up my MIDI keyboard with that. And yeah, naturally, when times change, like, you have to be forced to upgrade. I can't afford to do that. Everybody's got upgrades now. Like, at what point, I asked myself, at what point am I going to be able to use that and start making higher quality content, or maybe even make a short film like I did when I was in film school. I dropped out. Why? Because, again, people, they didn't have their priorities straight. And Yeah, this is what I'm getting at. I don't want to put myself out there and say, oh yeah, I need to find friends. I've been alone for a long time. I'll be okay. You know, as long as I can have food in the fridge, the freezer, I mean, the bottom fridge doesn't quite work, but you get the gist of that. I need to find my groups of people, but these days it's a challenge just to even get out of the apartment. So, yeah, I mean, looking at the boomers, they were given everything. You know, they've had more money than they know what to do with. And as for me, like, I'm just wondering, like, what am I going to do to survive over the next couple weeks? I don't even know. I don't have an answer. My biggest worry right now is I go back to the soup kitchen and I put myself into jeopardy dealing with bad apples, which, you know, it is true. It is better to be confined and isolating yourself away from all that, because you don't want to get entangled with these people, because some of them they're just not right in the head. So yeah, I've stayed far away from trouble, away from the bars. I can't do it. I just can't. I tried it once during St. Patty's Day, and I said, you know what, maybe I'll give myself the benefit of the doubt. Maybe, you know what, after all this aggravation, I'll go and I'll treat myself. I'll go talk to some people. No, that wasn't a good experience at all. I mean, what I'm really looking for is stability, good friends that are not going to stab me in the back when I'm dealing with problems. Like, I want to be able to find solutions to problems. Sometimes I can't do everything on my own, and I can't always look to people online, sadly. I say to people, you know, stay crafty, but I don't think that people, they quite fully understand what that means. Because if this economy gets any worse, I mean, people who had been given more opportunity, they're not doing anything on their channels. How do they expect to survive like I have when times get worse? I mean, yeah, I probably will survive, but I mean, I didn't want to just get by. I wanted to be able to, you know, I don't know. I mean, finding friends at least, or I thought about that a long time. I'm not that young. A lot of kids today, Gen Z, they're on social media a lot, but here's my advice to them. Word to the wise, get off of it. Find at least one or two good people that you can trust, because that is going to be worth more than the thousands of acquaintances and strangers that are going to follow you on social media, because at the end of the day, they're not going to be able to help you. They're not going to be there for you when you're down. Who's there for me? Honestly, I don't have a single person I think I can talk to that I can trust, but I'm just putting myself out there to share people. You know, it is time to get off social media. It's time to get back to basics. You have to get grounded. You have to maybe find a good church if you're lucky. And failing that, find your tribe. Find your tribe. That's not going to throw you under the bus when they're finished with you. All right? So this is something that I really wanted to share today. And I gotta get outside. I gotta get something to eat. I haven't eaten in a couple of days. Oh, you mightn't happen to have a piece of cheese about you now, would you? Well, many is the night I've dreamed of cheese. Toasted mostly. And I woke up again, and here I were. Sorry, I couldn't resist. Support the starving artists. Cheers. But remember what I said, you know, find your tribe, and, well, I guess that's it for now. Yeah. Alright, that's it. Stay crafty. I'm out. Alright, I'm going to tack on one more important thing to this video, and I gotta call it. Gonna see if I can go to the store before I get weaker. I just had a bad stomach, kind of threw up in the toilet. Don't want to talk about it. But yeah, you are going to be having some bad days, and trust me, times are probably going to get hard. What you need to do, you need to find your tribe. You need to find good people offline. Find a good church offline, and maybe, just maybe, you might survive if there is going to be such a collapse coming, which is what I'm afraid of. And you do not want to take chances. If all else fails, stay crafty, look to the books, look to God, and within you, know what you're made of so that you can endure. And I'm being dead serious. You need to find what matters most, which will save you in the end. Materialism won't. That's what I really was trying to get at. Find things that matter in your life and do it as soon as you can. That's all I have to say about that. Peace out. God bless. Stay crafty.